Hello and welcome to an Album a Day 280. I've got a very special one for you guys. This one's pretty rare. As far as I know, not a whole lot of copies were pressed, and it's a really specific release. It's also the only release by this band under the Purple Records banner, which I find interesting because they did have another single on this album, but for some reason Purple Records was like, nah. Or it could be that Ritchie Blackmore wanted to really get away from the whole Deep Purple umbrella. This is a copy of Venezuela, 1975, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, Temple of the King on Purple Records. And on the back, we have Snake Charmer. You can't tell because they're in, what do they speak in Venezuela? Is it Spanish? I would imagine Spanish. It looks Spanish to me, but then again, I don't know that much about world languages. I just don't. The label is pretty worn, not too surprising. These are really hard to come by, especially in excellent condition like this one is. Plays absolutely beautifully. The label is, it's got a little bit of wear on it, so you could tell it's something happened. It's either been sitting somewhere that pressed against that, but I don't know what that would be. Because, I don't know, maybe because it's beveled out a little bit and it was maybe squeezed in with other records. That could be, but I don't know. There's something a little weird about that. But in any case, the 45 plays beautifully. The label is on. It's doesn't have writing all over it. It's even got this little stamp on it right there, if you can see it. Yeah, so I can't complain. It was a little expensive to get comparative to what I've paid for any other 45. Except for I think one of the David Coverdale ones was a little expensive too, but this was by far the most I've paid. Also have Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, the entire album, on Purple Records, but this was the only single released on 45, and I don't think there were that many pressed of the actual album either through Purple Records. So it's a pretty special one. It's a reasonably generic label, but it does have that little stamp on it. And yeah, I'm really happy to have this one in my collection because I have the entire Purple Records Rainbow collection in 2 vinyls. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously they were on Polydor Oyster, not easy to say this morning, for quite some time, all the way really, I think, through the end. I'm not sure what the last album was on because I don't have that one in vinyl. There's a limited pressing done for Stranger in Assault, but as far as all the way through Bent Out of Shape, Polydor, all the way. So lots of cool stuff, but this one in my collection, honestly, this is a real gem to have. I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys are having a great week. Deep Purple Smoke on the podcast. New season starts today. The introduction of Steve Moore. Speaking of Ritchie Blackmore, we've moved beyond the Ritchie Blackmore period in Deep Purple. We are now on to Steve Moore starting today with the introduction of Perpendicular. And it's going to be a fun season. So check that out tomorrow. It is the first Wednesday of the month. So we are continuing our classical journey on the Haskincast podcast. Next week, guys, we have the final of 3 parts of my dive into, with Kevin Brown, we have the 3rd part of our dive into Taylor Swift's album, the original release of 1989, and our final thoughts on that. So stay tuned. Lots of good stuff coming out. Got stuff coming out pretty much every day. My EP is done. It will be out in October. Obviously, I'll be announcing that here as well as all the socials. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.